You don't stop, you don't stop, you don't stop.
Hello. In October, I created an advertisement for Google. More specifically, the Google Pixel, which I'm filming on right now. For that commercial, I was able to do everything myself, including the location, casting the models, the styling, concept, and editing, and the music. And I was like, yeah, easy, got it. After weeks of feeling like the multiverse was on my shoulders, the ad was released, and Google was like, we like the ad. You want to come on a trip? I was like, yeah. And that's this.
Train never stops.
I made a big mistake. The first one in about 200 flights. I arrived at the airport an hour before departure, which means I got there and I was not able to drop off my big piece of luggage. So I'm there with my backpack and my big suitcase trying to decide what I stuff in my backpack and what I do with my suitcase in order to get to my work trip on time. Long story short, my manager Brandon was able to come to the airport while boarding had already started. I was still at check-in. I managed to stuff all of the important stuff that I wanted to bring in a bag that I had in my suitcase. So I figured I might buy a new backpack or something at the airport. I get into this beautiful room and there's a backpack. Yay! I love this. Oh, and it has a strap too. I'm a backpack guy. I have way too many backpacks. But this, by the way, I got this backpack. It's very precious to me. I don't spend much money on clothes, but I spent $2,000 on that one. And I usually don't like to put too much in there. But again, today it was my fault. So sometimes in New York, you see tech people wearing backpacks from their companies. And I'm always like, oh my God, that's a flex. Like if you work for Google or another big company. And now I can officially say I work for Google and I'm wearing the tech backpack. That's so sick. Room tour that you get in. Right, shoes. To the left is all my stuff, which it looks more than I thought. The fans and a couple of t-shirts, shirt, couple of jackets, ties, socks. 101 Windsor, check it out. Glasses for the fit, some underwear, swimming stuff, sports stuff, beanies, gloves, a scarf, and the bags. 2 backpacks. I covered the back because this is the phone that's not released yet. Texts, toiletries, liquids, and that's the room, pretty much. I mean, hotels room are pretty much the same like every time, but I have to say this is probably top 5 of the nicest hotels I've stayed at, for sure. Not view-wise. I mean, it's pretty, but it's not like crazy. But the downstairs and stuff? Oh yeah, the bathroom. Hey Barbie, do you know what I mean? Like, shower, cute. So cute. Oh no, Isha est trop chaud, profond, next to this lovely backpack was this, a little piece of paper. A schedule. I love schedules. Basically, 3 days. I was only there for 2. I had to fly back early. But on day 1, I was picked up from the airport in this really fancy Mercedes-Benz S-Class, properly pronounced Mercedes-Benz. We had welcome drinks, hot chocolate and whatever. You know me, I was drinking water. Nice view. And we finally got to see who the people behind the Google Pixel team were. And the other creators, which that was who we were going to spend the days with. After that, the whole trip, we were in like 7 teams. I was in Team Germany. It was Team France, US, Italy, Spain, Northern Europe, and... did I say UK?
I was talking smack. There were no Italians, but there was a Team Google.
We went up, had dinner, went back down again. Played games. Games like, for example, each group had newspaper and we had to create something that represented our country with the newspaper. We had pretzels. The French had a Eiffel Tower. Dutch had this. Makes sense. Anyways, we played games. Next day was the big day. Day number 2. I swam in the morning, got really quick breakfast because we wanted to meet at like 9. We went with the bus to the mountains.
They're trying to insult my intelligence sometimes. I may act stupid. I never went uni. I've been on a campus selling. Yeah, Kata.
We took pictures and content, and from there, we took a nice old train to a restaurant through the mountains. And we had lunch. Lunch was okay. Most people didn't eat the burger because the meat was a little raw. It was like still alive. I ate it because I'm just tough like that. Then came one of 2 highlights of this trip. We went sledding, and I didn't even know this was a thing. Also, I didn't expect this to be a thing on a company trip, because usually companies are like, okay, what can we do that's safe, that everybody can do? And in the end, it's like, let's paint on cookies. Not them. Everybody had their sled, and we went down the mountain. I loved it. This is exactly what I would want, but I didn't think that's what, I'm not complaining.
It's my dog.
And then we went down the slopes, made little breaks, took pictures, went down harder. And at some point, I took the ski route, which I don't think I was supposed to take. But it was nice and it was fast and it turned out great until the other people followed. But we don't talk about that. And we took the train back. Oh my God, it feels so good to be back. Both of my pants are wet. But the day wasn't over yet. We had a fancy dinner. And after the fancy dinner where we talked about what we liked in women and what women like in us, which came down to, I think my biggest thing was hygiene or whatever, but also posture, how people walk. And I remember them saying that dental hygiene is a big one. Personally, I think that's one of my biggest fears to I don't really know. We played Werewolf. You might not be familiar with the game Werewolf. I'm not gonna explain it, but look it up. Everybody was still dressed nicely from dinner. We had werewolf music. I highly recommend if you have good friends, find an aesthetic location, dress nice, put some music on and play Werewolf. It's like nothing else. Maybe some things, but it's like the good things. And then from there, I went to bed, had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, wrote my postcards and drove off and came back here. And that was the trip. And honestly, I don't know what to say, as this is my work. This is crazy. Even though I did sell my soul to create that damn commercial for the YouTube, it was worth it, and then some. I would do it again twice just to be able to do that trip and to meet those people and to live those memories. I remember I was so anxious because I don't produce music, but I was like, I want to do this song myself. I didn't even master the song. I didn't even master it. Now I know better. And it kind of cringes me, but it worked. I guess. They didn't say anything, so I didn't. Thank you. #TeamPixel.